What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the stocks that I have my eye on this week as we enter the first couple days of December. Here's everything you need to know. Let's go. Okay, so last week I pointed out both Tesla and Workhorse in my weekly watch list, and if you take a look at the charts, they both performed extremely well. I noted Tesla because it had been announced that it was going to be entering the S&P 500, and it was also approaching its all-time highs right here around the 503 mark. This week it broke out from 503 all the way up to $585, all the way to a high of $598, which is actually like a 20% move. Super impressive from Tesla, and the charts are just phenomenal for this stock. The other company that I pointed out was Workhorse. I pointed out that they had bounced off support here around this $16 level that was established back in the summer, and it has had an amazing run all the way from 16 all the way back up to about that $29, $30 level here. It did make a little bit of a pullback on Thursday, Friday of last week. However, it ran from about $22, $23 all the way to a high of $29, almost $30 here in that same week. So again, another 20-30% move with a little bit of pullback at the end. But overall, it was excellent performance from the stock. It has completely rebounded from the lows that were set in November, and it's pretty close to its all-time highs right now. So really nice performance from Workhorse as well. Now, this week is a little bit different. This week, I am super focused on drones, psychedelic stocks, and the tech industry. And I'm going to explain why in a couple minutes. But first of all, we need to just take a quick look at the markets and coronavirus. So in the United States, it is getting a little bit better compared to last week. However, it is definitely not a good situation. We're still much higher case numbers on a daily basis than we were back in July and August. However, the last week looks slightly better than the week before that, so at least that's a good sign. Now in Canada, it does look a little bit similar. We are still much higher than we were back in April and May, and it looks like we're still climbing at least a little bit right now. We have not started to go the other way. So overall in Canada and the US, in my opinion, COVID is still going to have a larger and larger impact as we go forward. We are not on the back half of this yet. Now, when we look at the chart of the NASDAQ, you can see that we are closing out Friday at an all-time high. This green day right here was actually an all-time high that has ever been established for the NASDAQ. We broke through the resistance that was basically triple topped here at 1200. Once in September, once in October here, and once at the beginning of November. We have finally broken through that, and now my expectation is that we're going to run to 12,500 or 13,000 as long as the countries don't go back into lockdowns. If the lockdowns don't happen, I think the NASDAQ and especially the tech industry has a lot of room to run, because this index is absolutely on fire, and this white line here is actually the pre-COVID high. So you can see we have blown out of the water the pre-COVID high. We've now triple topped, and we are breaking through that triple top. Everything is bullish on the NASDAQ right now, and we are even above the 20-day moving average by a significant margin right now. So in summary, COVID is still getting worse, or at least maintaining in the best case scenario, and the NASDAQ as well as the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones are all pushing their all-time highs, if not breaking their all-time highs in the last week. So super interesting with what's going on in the world, kind of a contradiction when you look at those two numbers there, and so it's something that you need to be well aware of. Now, if you're interested in getting my weekly watch list and the stocks that I'm pointing out, as well as joining a community of traders, then I highly recommend you joining my Discord chat. It is the place where I post my entire weekly watch list, all of my technical analysis. I share most of my trades, and I am trying to build a community of traders that are interested in helping each other, sharing their resources, sharing their trading ideas, and trying to help everybody grow together. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, I would love to have you join. It is $5 per month. The link is down in my description below. I share all of my analysis there, and I'm trying to build a group of community traders that want to help everybody. So if that sounds like you, definitely consider signing up. But now let's get into this week. So this week, the first stock I want to point out is Drone Delivery Canada. This stock has been on an absolute tear as of recently, and I've done several videos on this company, including a breakout video earlier this week, as well as an entry video. This little green arrow that you can see on the chart here, this is actually my entry day. I got in at 65 cents here. It's now trading at 89 cents at the close on Friday. It's had an amazing run, and I'm expecting this momentum to continue. And so I want to bring up this chart because I've talked about it a couple times. It is still breaking out. I don't think by any means is it too late for you to get in. So I do think this is still a wonderful opportunity. But what I want to do here is just go through my trading checklist right here and show you how this chart checks off every single box you could want when you're looking for technical analysis and when to get into a company. Okay, so the number one thing that I look at when trading is the price action. Price action drives all of your decisions, and then you use the other signals to confirm your decision. So what I mean by price action is which way is the price moving? Is it moving up? Is it moving down? Is it moving within a pattern? Is it moving off of support? Is it bouncing down down from resistance. What is happening and how is the price moving? So when we look at this chart, you can see that we established support at the 60-cent level here at the beginning of October. We then retested that 60-cent level at the beginning of November here. We bounced off of that 60-cent level. As you can see, we got up to about 65, 68 cents right in here. And then we broke through this trend line. So this white trend line here actually goes back about 2 years. It is basically a downward bearish trend line, and we have broken through that. So the price action from this chart is showing me double bottom right here. Okay, that's a good sign. That's clear support, and that's a turnaround signal. And then we broke through the 2-year trend line. So the price action, double bottom, break through the trend line. Okay, I'm super interested in this stock. Let's see what else it's showing me. So that's when I start to go through the rest of my checklist. Number one is increasing volume. I don't have it displayed on the chart right now, but volume is absolutely off the charts over the last 5 days compared to the last 6 months. It's absolutely unbelievable. I should have had it in this chart. I don't know why it's not here, but the increasing volume right now is huge. After that, you've got a crossover of the MACD. The blue line crossed above the red line at the beginning of November. They crossed over the 0 line right here, and now we are positive and extremely bullish from the MACD. We also have a crossover of the moving averages right here. The blue line here is the 20-day moving average. The red line is the 50-day moving average, and those are crossing over right now. We also have the price action crossing over both of those right now. And so that is 3 more absolutely bullish signs. And so the moving averages are crossing over. We also have positive catalysts. The company has released several different news articles in the last 2 weeks stating how they are making progress, closing more contracts, getting approvals for their drones, and expanding their operations internationally. So lots of positive catalysts going on. The company also has great management. I've personally interviewed the CEO on this channel. I will throw up the thumbnail right now and you can check that out. So I really like the company, and they're in a growing industry right now. Drones are only going to grow in their use cases and how we apply them to our different problems. So everything about this company, from the fundamentals and the technicals and the management team, is absolutely phenomenal. And then when you go into the chart, it checks every single box that I have for getting into a position. So I am a huge proponent of Drone Delivery Canada right now. I am super bullish on them. I actually am in the stock at 65 cents here, and I also bought warrants into the company so that I can get that exponentially large return if I am right on this position and it continues to go up. So I'm super excited about Drone Delivery Canada. Now, the next company that I want to point out is called Compass Pathways PLC. Now, this company is super interesting because they are focused on medicine made with psilocybin. So that is the active ingredient in magic mushrooms and a couple of other drugs. And they are focused on developing that into a mental health treatment or a mental health medicine. And so the idea here is using all of these drugs that were previously illegal and previously completely banned, and using them to create medicines to basically help with mental health, PTSD, depression, anxiety, any of these ailments. And what's really cool about this is that Compass Pathways is actually the largest company in the space by market cap. They are by far the absolute largest by market cap. And what's really interesting here is they IPO'd about a couple of months ago back in September, and now they are breaking out of the previous resistance that was established around that $45 mark. And so I think there is a huge opportunity for this stock. I actually tried to buy options right here a couple of days ago, and I should have bought them. I should have executed on them because I would be making a lot of money right now, but I am considering entering now that we are breaking through the resistance that was right here. I think the industry as a whole is going to do extremely well over the next year, and I think these guys are very well positioned as one of the largest players in the space to capitalize on that success. Now, this next company is also in the psychedelics, magic mushroom sort of space. They're called Red Light Holland. They IPO'd about 3, 4, 5 months ago back in June, and since then the stock has absolutely tanked from about 25 cents down to 6.5 cents, and it is now trading around 12 cents. What's really cool though is that it has increased by 50% over the last week. Really interesting here. Red Light Holland is actually based out of the Netherlands. They're putting together a microdosing kit full of truffles that you basically take one every day or every couple of days, and it was a microdosing kit that is designed to help you treat specific ailments over a period of time. So really interesting concept from Red Light Holland. And the last one I want to point out is MindMedacine. So all 3 of these companies are doing something pretty similar. MindMedacine is actually probably the second largest company right behind Compass, and what's really interesting about these guys is they're funded by Bruce Linton, the CEO of Canopy Growth Corporation. They're funded by Kevin Leary, the guy from Dragon's Den. They've got a lot of good money behind them, and they have been on an absolute tear as well. So I've been following this company for like 6-7 months now. They were trading at 30 to 40 cents for like the entire time I was following them, and then one day they had this magical little breakout day at the early September. I noticed it, I kept my eye on it, and then I actually got in here on this little green arrow. I got in here at like 64 cents, as you can see right there, and since then I have rode it all the way up. I've taken out my initial position, the rest is just profit, and it continues to go. And so this stock has had quite a run. You could argue that it is well overbought right now. However, I thought that when we were back here, I thought that at 1.4, it's now at 2.14. It's added another basically 50%, and it's absolutely been on a tear. I think there is still growth in this industry. I think we're at the very, very early stages of this industry, and I think there's a ton of potential for these medicines, especially if they can get them fully developed, get them FDA approved, and get into the market over the next few years. I think MindMedacine, I think Compass Pathways, I think Field Trip. I also think there's a couple other companies that are very, very well positioned in this space, and I think there's a huge opportunity as soon as these medicines and these treatments become clinically and doctor approved and clinically available and accepted by the general population. I think this is going to be the future for mental health treatment, because as of right now, I can't name or think of anything that is super successful at treating mental health problems, and I do think that these guys have proven test results so far. Now it's just about commercialization and getting it to market. Okay, now the last couple companies that I want to point out are in the tech space. I truly believe that tech is the future. Tech is going to be the workhorse, and it should make up a large percent of people's portfolio, because that is where we are going to see substantial growth over the next few years. And my favorite company in the entire tech space, honestly, right now is Google. The reason I like Google so much is because they operate under the radar. They are not dealing with any federal commissions about privacy, about leaks, about filtering, about regulating who can say what. They are not dealing with any of that. This is a cash cow that has a strategic advantage in the market. There are very few people that can compete with Google. You look at Facebook, they're always worried about the next TikTok, the next Instagram, and their ability to purchase or copy them. Google doesn't have to worry about that. Google's got the search engine, Google's got YouTube, Google's got Android. Google is one of the most well-positioned tech companies out there. They don't have to worry about a Mark Zuckerberg. They don't have to worry about everybody hating Jeff Bezos for how rich he is. They don't have to worry about any of that crap. And because of that, I think they can just focus on the business model, focus on what they're good at, and expand their offerings into high margin areas, which is what they've been doing this entire time. And I absolutely love the business model. I think Google is one of the best tech plays out there. And over the last 3 months, it has been on an absolute tear. So it's gone from about 1,400 down here up to about 1,800 in just 3 months. So if you look at that, that's a 25-30% move. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And a 30% move for one of the biggest tech companies out there is just a swing trading opportunity like none other. I wish I took advantage of it, but now if you look at it, we have now broken through the previous highs that were set in September here. We've broken through, we've come back down, and we've retested it, and I think the stock is about to push higher. So I have my eyes on Google. If we can break through this kind of 1818, 1820 level, then I'm going to be putting more money into Google. I think there's a great opportunity there. The last tech company I want to point out is Shopify. I know I've been talking about this in my weekly watch list lately, but I just think Shopify is such a great opportunity. If you look at this, you could have swing traded the crap out of this stock. You can also buy in long term, and I think you will do extremely well. I mentioned this last week. We were probably right around here, bouncing off that 900 level. We made a little bit of progress since last week, so that's why I didn't shout it out at the beginning of the video. But if you look at this stock, we have now bounced off of support at 900. We have a crossover of the MACD down here. We have good momentum over the last 2 weeks. We just broke through both of the moving averages, and the next resistance isn't until 1100 here. We've already tested it 3 times, and if the COVID happens and COVID continues to get worse, I am expecting a breakout of 1100 here on Shopify. So I do think there is a great opportunity still left in Shopify, and I think if we can break through 1100 here, even if you get in today, tomorrow, hold it for a couple years, I think you can't go wrong with Shopify. It is a fantastic company, a great business model, and amazing gross profit. So I really, really like the company, and I think in a couple of years, it is definitely going to be a leader in tech, because anybody that doesn't want to sell on Amazon and can't afford to develop their own website, Shopify is basically the best answer in the game, and I think they're very well positioned in the marketplace. Now, if you guys are interested in learning how to analyze these stocks a little bit better and understand these companies, definitely check out my stock market course. I offer a 2-week free trial for the course, and you can cancel the subscription anytime. It is hosted on Skillshare. It's about $20 per month after that, but if you can do the entire 8-hour course in under 2 weeks, you get the entire thing for free. There's over 600 students. There's 35 plus reviews on it. I would love to have you there, and I promise it will be the best free resource that you ever get your hands on, so definitely check it out. The link is down below, and it won't cost you a single thing. You'll have to input your credit credit card for the 2-week trial, but you can cancel it at any time and walk away without paying a single dime. Now, in summary, drones are going to be big. I think Drone Delivery Canada is extremely well positioned, and I think there's a great opportunity to invest into that company, especially at these levels. Secondly, psychedelics are breaking out. The entire industry is moving up over the last few days. I pointed out just 3 companies there for you, but the entire industry, if you look at it, is moving up over the last few days, and I am really, really excited about the opportunities that portrays, because if you can catch it where you can confirm it with the entire industry, that is a trading opportunity that doesn't happen very often. And lastly, tech is leading the charge. Tech is going to be leading the charge, and if you're looking for long-term growth, I still think tech is the play. So if you guys get any value out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I sincerely appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. And if you're interested in signing up for the watch list, the Discord chat, anything like that, check out the links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck trading.